If you're having a hard time coming up with a brand name for your business, you're doing it right. This process can be brutal. And sometimes you would find the name that you would like and it will be taken. So that can be really frustrating. And today, I'm gonna give you guys some guidelines that will help you find the perfect brand name for your business. Coming up. Hello guys, Hamza here with Brand New Dreams, and on this channel we talk everything branding for small businesses. And I am so excited to talk about today's topics, and it's how to choose a brand name that works. And if you're here, I really feel your frustration, I feel your pain. I know that if you're trying to come up with a name, it just can be really difficult. And but I'm here to give you like some criteria, some guidelines that will help you, that will just kind of guide you find a good name for your business. And if you're frustrated, I see why you're frustrated. You're probably frustrated because you don't want to find any name. Your brand is like your baby, so you want to find good name. You want to find the perfect name. And your brand name must be able to convey so much about your brand, like your brand culture, your brand mission, how connected you are with the current trends. And good brands typically outlast their creators. So finding a good name for your brand is really important. So first things first, coming up with brand name can be less challenging when you have a business plan, because a business plan outlines the executive summary, it has the target market, it also has the brand mission. And even if you don't have a business plan, you need to have a skeleton of a business plan. Coming up with a brand name is a mid-step in creating a business. It's not the first thing you do when you want to create a business. So to come up with a brand name, we got to start with the brainstorming session. My advice during brainstorming is that if you're going to be doing brainstorming, you got to lay down all your options. You got to write down all your options. So don't do the brainstorming in your head, or write it down. So either use a computer, use a piece of paper, or preferably a whiteboard, and write down all your options so you can see them. The people who are going to be involved in the brainstorming is going to be you and your business partners. At this stage of coming up with a brand name, you don't want anybody else in the room. It's going to be just you and your business partners. So when you pick in a brand name, you need to make sure it fits these three criteria: uniqueness, clarity, and purpose. So your name must be unique, clear, and has a purpose. And I'm gonna explain each of these criteria in detail. So uniqueness, the name must be unique. So you need to make sure that nobody owns the rights to this name. There's a lot of useful information in this website that I'm gonna give you guys right now. It's also in link description, and it's www.uspto.gov. And there is a lot of information there. It's the United States Patent and Trademark Office. And there is a trademark search tool there that you can use just to make sure that the unique or the rights to the brand name are not owned by somebody else. Keep in mind also that your brand name is also your domain, so you gotta make sure that's not taken. This process can be really frustrating because sometimes a lot of the names are already taken. So you will think of something and you like it and you love it and you want it for your business, but it's already being used by somebody else. However, there's a lot of tools online where you can check if the names are available online in domains and also in social media platforms. So I use Name Checker, and that's spelled NAMECHECKR.com, and it's a really useful tool. And if you want to see if the name is available on Instagram or Facebook or Tumblr or all these, that gives you actually it checks them on all these platforms simultaneously. So uniqueness is really important for a brand name, and you got to keep that in mind when you're choosing a brand name. 2, and that's clarity. So your brand name should be something that people can pronounce, write, and spell easily. So you got to make sure your brand name is something that people can say to each other, they can relate to each other, that people can say easily, they can talk about easily. So that's really important to have a clear brand name. And your brand name must also have a purpose. So you need to be able to explain why you picked that specific name. There's a link in the description with all the famous brand names and the meaning behind those names. So check that out, it's really fun. So once you did the brainstorming, now you gotta test the names. And how are you gonna do that? This video is catered for small businesses. So you're not in a position to hire focus groups, but we still need to test the name. So here's what you can do. You can pick a group of people that you can trust, a group of people that can provide some constructive feedback and that respect confidentiality, and you should run these names by them and see how they react to it. So ask this group of people, run this name by them and see how they react to it emotionally, see the feedback you can get from them about the name, just so you can gather some data on how people react to that specific brand name that you chose. So testing is really important part of this process. You gotta test your brand name with others before you pick one name. So at this stage, the list of names that you have is really short. So you probably have like 3 or 4 names, and you have some options, and you also have some data behind those options. So make sure you choose rationally. So you pick a brand name, that is unique, that is clear to say, and that it has a meaning behind it. And that's the name for your brand. Now you just gotta finalize the process. So you gotta buy the domain, get the trademarks, get the social media accounts, and again, you're still gonna have to do this process all over again when you're choosing the logo for your brand. And hopefully in the future, I'll create a video that kind of covers this topic as well. Before I go, I do have a question for you guys. What are your top 3 brand names that you like out there? Please let me know. I just want to see like what you guys like in a brand name and what brand names resonate with you the most. I would love to know your input. I would love to know your thoughts on this. It's really hard to come up with a brand name sometimes for small business owners, and this video is just like to help you guys through that process. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. And there's a lot more videos coming in the future. Please stay tuned. I really appreciate you watching this video, and thank you. Is it easy to come up with a good name? What do you think? Is it easy?
No.
Like, is it easy?
It took me like a year almost.
Really, it's not easy. Coming up with a brand name isn't easy. But you know, I believe in you.
But we got this.
We got this.
No.
Let us know. Love it.